Well, hello again, everybody. Here I am. Here's Lucy, and it's nice to be back with you all again. I was going to call this channel Max Line's Art Talk, because I'm going to be talking a lot about art, and probably not so much teaching. I'm not sure about that at this point. The channel is just growing and developing, and as I go along, as I feel inspired, I will make various videos on various subjects concerning art and concerning my own art, and sharing with you what I'm doing and what my process and what my journey is, because you can learn from that. And if you're a collector, you may also be interested in buying prints from me. I do not have a website at the time of this recording, but keep an eye on the links in the description box below. Do subscribe to my channel as I go on. There will be a growing process. I will be putting links to where you can get prints. I will be putting links to my website as I get around to building it. I'll talk about that. So do come with me on the journey. And Lucy is right in there, aren't you, Lucy? I bet you Lucy would love to do some paintings, wouldn't you, darling? So this is a painting I'd like to talk about that I did recently. I got inspired by seeing another painting on Google, on the internet. I love to look up other artists, and sometimes I just sit. There are very good videos on YouTube. One is called, oh my goodness, let me try to think of the name of the channel. Learn from the Masters. And a lot of those, they just have piano music, and they'll have Vincent van Gogh's work, and there might be 500 paintings, and you can just sit there with your cup of tea or whatever you're doing, and you can just sit there and enjoy, you know, about a 10 or 15 second shot of many of Vincent van Gogh's paintings. Great. And many other artists. That's a good channel to have a look at some art. And so I did see a painting. I'm not even certain who the original artist was, but it had a number of trees. Now this is not a copy of that painting. I don't generally copy other people's work. If I do a copy, I certainly will put a credit for, you know, who the original artist is. But the painting that I saw did have 3 trees in it, but all this here was very, very different. So I've done my own rendition, and the original one I saw never had a river in it either. So I used that as kind of a base, and then I started to do this, and as I went on, I was making it up. So I've painted this lovely painting that I've been very pleased. It's in oil. It's Winsor Newton paint, in case you're wondering what the paint is. And it's just a scene that I made up. And towards the end of it, I often take Lucy for a walk in this park, and these doves, these white doves, have been flying down around my car. Maybe it's because I'm a Christian and I pray, and doves are representative of the Holy Spirit. I don't know. That's getting like, yeah, wow, is it or not? I don't know. But I'm fascinated with these doves when I see them in the park, and I thought, wouldn't it be lovely to put some doves? So I have some doves here in the tree and some doves flying. And this painting is still not quite dry. The yellow paint is still quite wet. And I've been really pleased with it. You know, quite often we put in a sky, a blue sky, generally. Blue sky, fluffy white clouds. But I thought, you know, quite often you look out the horizon, it's just white and so on. And sometimes you get this lovely pink haze and sunrises and sunsets. So I put that. So this has turned out rather well, and a lot of people seem to like it. I find it very relaxing looking at this picture. Eventually this will be up for grabs, the original, and I also plan to run prints of it. It's painted on canvas. And it took a number of weeks. I kept going back and adding to it and changing it. And you know, the good thing about oil paint is if you make a mistake, you can take that off. You can rub it off. And acrylic paint is not very forgiving, and you can redo it. I used to paint a lot in acrylics, but I have swapped over recently for oil, and that is one of the reasons why, is that I find that you know, with acrylic it dries so quickly, especially if it's warm, and we've had a lot of warm weather here in New Zealand. But with oil you can get away with taking it off and restarting it, and I'll talk more about that as I go, and it's more forgiving. And also I think there's a luminosity that oil paint has that acrylic just does not have. So that's my version of a beautiful autumn scene. And if you're into landscapes, I'm sure you would enjoy that painting. If you enjoy painting those, I'll talk a bit more about this painting, I think, in another video. But I hope that maybe somebody will be inspired to try to take up painting and enjoy art. If you don't succeed, if you make mistakes in it, don't worry about it. Relax. You know, you're not painting the Mona Lisa. You're not painting the one of those great cathedrals in the ceiling. Nobody's going to fire you. Give it a go. And if it doesn't work out, especially with oil, you can wipe it off and you can start again. That's the thing. So be motivated if you're an artist and you're thinking about painting. Be motivated. It doesn't take a long time to, well, you know, it may take a little while to develop the skill. You can learn. There's a lot of artists on YouTube, and I'm sure you would appreciate that. So that's a little bit about this particular autumn painting here I've done. I'll talk about other artwork I've done and hopefully help to motivate you. And I'll also make another video and show you the very first painting I did 40, 45, 50 years ago, whatever it was, because I still have it. I haven't made that video yet, but I promise you that will be coming up very shortly. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy my stories. I've got many, many stories to tell. And I hope you subscribe and come on this journey with me as an artist. And as I develop and as I plan more works, I'm going to tell you what I'm up to and what I'm doing and show you. And it's exciting. It's fun, isn't it? YouTube is a fun place. And you kind of get to know each other through YouTube. Well, that's a bit of a one-way conversation. And so we'll see you again soon. So goodbye, God bless from Lucy and me. Bye-bye. Wave goodbye to the people, Lucy. And we'll see you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.